Let's talk about trilling. I have a question from a student about how to practice trills, and so she told me that she showed me she was practicing third and fourth finger trills. So first of all, my beloved late teacher Boris Pakamachkov, when I told him that I couldn't trill fast enough with third and fourth finger and second and third finger, he said, "Why make your life so difficult? Why not 1 and 2? So that's what I would always recommend, if possible. 1 and 3, 1 and 2, whatever works, because it's just so much easier than certainly 3 and 4. But if you absolutely do want to make your fourth finger trills better, I'm not the person to ask because my trills on the fourth finger are not great. But what I would say is, when you are practicing trills and you're doing them with the metronome, let's say slowly, let's take, no, there's my wolf, so let's do it here. And then so on. First of all, what you want to watch out for is, I notice that my shoulder is coming up a little bit because it just feels uncomfortable to trill with the fourth finger. So when you're practicing trills, be aware of what your shoulders are doing and try to keep them really relaxed. Both shoulders. So then at the same time, I want to leave enough space for my forearm, my elbow, so that not all of this gets squeezed here, because that will also make this movement more uncomfortable. So I want to find, this balance will look different depending on how tall you are, how you hold the cello, and lots of factors. So just try to leave enough space between here and between your upper arm and your body, so that nothing feels like it's cramped. Then as you get faster, notice what happens with your bow arm and whether you're starting to push with the bow arm. That could be a reflex that as soon as it gets more uncomfortable here, that you start to press in the bow arm. And so this is just yet another opportunity to breathe and let go in your bow arm, really let it travel. And then, because this particular phenomenon of the third and fourth finger trill is definitely not going to come up very often in my book, I would do it for only a very limited amount of time and not practice a whole bow of. Alright, I'm already tired. But just do very short spurts, like. Alright, and just see, can I remain relaxed for that period? Also, I'm a big fan of breathing out when you're practicing anything difficult, so. Alright, and you can just decide the number of trills you're going to do before you start practicing them.